Hello children, in this video we are going to cover lesson number 2, adding mixed number. Mixed numbers are a combination of whole number and fractions. Starting with an example, we have two children and the one says that I drank 1.5 cup of juice today. The other children said that I drank 2 and 1/4 cup of juice today. So, how much juice did Priya and Bala drink altogether in one day? We use a circle to represent the proportion of juice. So here we have, in first case, we have one whole number, 1/2. One whole number means that a one complete circle, and we have represented 1/2, which is half, with the half circle. Now there is an addition sign because we have to drive the total amount of juice that the two kids have consumed. In other case, there is two whole number 1/4. Two whole number means that there are two complete circles and 1/4 is represented by the one portion highlighted out of the fourth portion. So in order to solve it, what we first need to do is that we have to make the denominator same in the case of the fractions. The whole numbers are going to add up as it is, like 1 is going to add into 2 and it becomes 3. But in order to add 1/2 and 1/4, we first have to make the denominator same, which we are going to do by multiplying 1/2 numerator and denominator both by 2. So it cancels out the effects, but at the same time it makes the denominator same. So now we have one whole number 2/4 and two whole number 1/4, and we have represented this situation in the circles as well. So in total we have three whole numbers because 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4, which is again represented in circle as 4 parts are highlighted out of 4 parts. So the total answer is 3 whole number 3/4, and this is the proportion of the juice that both kids have consumed. Here is the working of the concept, which involves add the whole number first. 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. Next we change the fractions to fractions with the same denominator, and then we are going to add them. So 1/2 plus 1/4 is equals to 2/4 plus 1/4. We have multiply and divide 1/2 by 2, so it becomes 2/4. If we multiply and divide the fraction with the same number, it doesn't change anything because eventually it cancels out the effect of each other. But here it serves a purpose that it changes the denominator to the required one. So we did it here. Still it's the same thing because 2 into 1 is 1 and 2 into 2 is 4. So now we are going to add the fractions, which is 2 plus 1 is equals to 3, and 4 comes as it is in the denominator. And now finally we are going to add them all up. So we have 3 whole number 3/4. So Priya and Bala drank 3 and 3/4 cup of juice altogether. Now in question number 2, we have what is the sum of one whole number 1/3 and one whole number 1/4. Show how you add using circles. In case of one whole number 1/3, we have one complete circle, and for 1/3 we have one part out of 3 parts. In case of one whole number 1/4, we have a one complete circle and one part out of 4 parts. Now adding them, we have to make denominator same in the first step. So we are going to multiply 3 by 4 because we know that 3 into 4 or 4 into 3 is 12. So in first case we have multiply and divide 1/3 by 4, and it becomes 4 over 12, and in second case we have multiplied and divide 1 over 4 by 3, so it becomes 3 over 12. Now if we add them, so first we add the whole numbers which are 1 and 1, so it becomes 2, and 4 plus 3 is 7 over 12, which is the denominator. So this is our answer. In question number 3, we have what is the sum of 4 whole number 1 over 2 and 1 whole number 5 over 7. Show how you add using prime factorization. In the first step, we are going to convert the mixed numbers into improper fractions. And remember, the improper fractions are those in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. And how we are going to convert that? We first multiply the denominator with a whole number like 2 into 4, and then add the numerator which is 1. So 2 into 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2. Similarly, for 1 whole number 5 over 7, we have 7 into 1 is 7 plus 5 is equals to 12 over 7. Now in the next step, what we are going to do is we are going to take the LCM of the denominators, which are 2 and 7, and as a result we have 14. So in order to complete the process, we are going to solve it further, and 14 comes in the denominator, and as we know that 7 into 2 is 14, 2 into 7 is 14, so for 9 is going to be multiplied by 7, then there is an addition sign, and for 7 into 2 is 14, so 12 is going to multiply by 2. So we have 9 into 7 is 63 plus 12 into 2 is 24 divided by 14, and then we have 87 over 14, and we have further solved it to convert into a mixed number, and the answer is 6 whole number 3 over 14. You can use a division here to convert 87 over 14 into a mixed number. Now in question 1, we have 4. We have to add how you add using circles. In part A, we have 6 whole number 1 over 2 plus 2. It is relatively very easy because we are going to add up whole numbers and they become 8, and 1 over 2 comes as it is because there is no other fraction with the other entity. So we have 8 whole number 1 over 2 as our answer. In part B, we have 3 plus 1 whole number 1 over 3. Again, we have 3 complete circles and they are going to add up in one complete circle plus the 1 out of 3 parts. So it becomes 4 whole number 1 over 3. In part C, we have 1 whole number 3 over 7 plus 2 whole number 2 over 7. 1 whole number 3 over 7 means 1 complete circle and 3 parts out of the 7 parts of circle. For 2 whole number, we have 2 complete circle and 2 parts out of 7 parts. Here again, the whole numbers are going to be added up as it is. It means 1 plus 2 and it becomes 3. For the fraction part, we already have a same denominator which is 7, so we are simply going to add up 3 and 2, it becomes 5, and it comes out as 5 over 7. So the whole answer is 3 whole number 5 over 7. In part D, we have 3 whole number 1 over 4 plus 2 whole number 3 over 8. 3 whole number 1 over 4 is represented by 3 complete circle and 1 out of 4 parts, plus 2 whole number 3 over 8 is represented as 2 complete circle and 3 parts out of the 8 parts. Now here we have to make the denominator same because 4 and 8 are not same, and we are going to simply multiply and divide 1 over 4 by 2. It makes the denominator same, which is 8. So 1 over 4 becomes 2 over 8. Now we have to add 3 whole number 2 over 8 and 2 whole number 3 over 8. Whole numbers are going to add up as it is into each other, 3 plus 2, and it becomes 5. For 2 over 8 and 3 over 8, we have the denominator same, so 8 comes out as it is, and 2 plus 3 is 5, so our numerator is 5. So the end answer is 5 whole number 5 over 8. In part E, we have 1 whole number 2 over 5 plus 4 whole number 1 over 3, which means that we have one complete circle and 2 parts out of 5 parts, and then in the second case we have 4 complete circles and 1 part out of 3 parts. First, we need to make the denominator same in order to add the entities. So, in order to make the denominator same, in first case we are going to multiply and divide 2 over 5 by 3, so it's become 3 over 15. And in second case, we are going to multiply and divide 1 over 3 by 5, so it becomes 5 over 15. Now, simply we are going to first add the whole numbers, which are 1 and 4, so it becomes 5, and the denominator is same in the fraction part, which is 15, and for the numerator we will add 6 and 5, so it becomes 11 over 15. So our answer is 5 whole number 11 over 15. Part F, we have 2 whole number 1 over 6 plus 2 whole number 3 over 4. 2 whole number means 2 complete circle, and 1 over 6 means 1 part out of the 6 parts, and then we have 2 complete circle and 3 parts out of the 4 parts. Here we have to make the denominator same, so if we multiply 1 over 6 and divide it by 2, so it makes 2 over 12, and for the second case, if we multiply and divide it by 3, it makes 3 into 3 is 9 over 12. So we have a same denominator, which is 12. So first we are going to add the whole numbers, which are 2 plus 2, and it becomes 4. And for the fraction part, we have same denominator, which is 12, and for the numerator, we have 2 plus 9 is 11. So our answer is 4 whole number 11 over 12. Now look at question number 5, in which we have to find the sum of 4 whole number 1 over 2 and 5 over 7. We are going to solve this question by two methods. In first method, first we convert the mixed number into an improper fraction and then add up the fractions. So in order to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, we are going to multiply denominator, which is 2 by 4, and it comes out as 8, and we are going to add up 8 with 1. So we have 9 over 2, and we are going to add this fraction into 5 over 7. Before adding, we have to make the denominator same, so we are going to multiply and divide 9 over 2 by 7 to make it 14, and 5 over 7 by 2 to make it 14. Now we have 9 into 7 is 63, and 2 into 7 is 14, plus 5 into 2 is 10, and 7 into 2 is 14. So denominator is same and it comes out as it is, and the numerator values are going to add up with each other, and the result is 73 over 14, which can be converted into a mixed number because this is an improper fraction. So we have 5 whole number 3 over 14 as an answer. In method 2, we first have not converted a mixed number into an improper fraction. Rather, we have just directly converted a denominator into a same value. In first case, we have multiply and divide 1 over 2 by 7, so it becomes 7 over 14, whole number 7 over 14, and 5 over 7 by 2, so it becomes 10 over 14. Now we have 4 whole number 17 over 14, but 17 over 14 is still an improper fraction, so if you use a division method and divide 17 by 14, we have 1 whole number 3 over 14 as in our answer. So we are going to add 4 into 1 whole number 3 over 14, so it becomes 5 whole number 3 over 14, and this is our end answer. In question 6, Mary has 1 and 3/5 bars of white chocolate and 1 and 7/10 bars of milk chocolate. How many bars of chocolate does she have altogether? We have used a graphical representation to solve this question. So for one whole number 3 over 5, we have one complete bar and 3 parts out of 5 parts. And for one whole number 7 over 10, we have one complete bar and 7 parts out of 10 parts. But in order to perform the addition, we have to make the denominator same. So if we multiply and divide 3 over 5 by 2, we will get our desired result. So 3 into 2 is 6 and 5 into 2 is 10. Now we have the same denominator, and again we have represented this figure graphically as well. So we have two complete bars and 6 plus 7, 13 in the numerator, and denominator is same, so it is 10. So we have two whole number 13 over 10. But still 13 over 10 is an improper fraction and needs to be solved further. So if we divide 13 by 10, the answer is one whole number 3 over 10. Because we know that 10 into 1 is 10 and the 3 comes out as a remainder. So with the help of the division, we know that the answer is one whole number 3 over 10. And now we are going to add this value in 2. So it becomes 3 whole number 3 over 10. So basically she has 3 and 3 out of 10 bars of chocolates altogether. In question number 7, we have to add 2 whole number 3 over 4 and 1 whole number 1 over 3. So for 2 whole number 3 over 4, we have 2 complete circles and 3 parts out of a 4 part of circle. And for 1 whole number 1 over 3, we have 1 complete circle and 1 part out of 3 parts of circle. But before addition, we have to make the denominator same. So we are going to multiply and divide 3 over 4 by 3. So it becomes 9 over 12. And in case of 1 over 3, we are going to multiply and divide it by 4. So it becomes 4 over 12. Now we have 3 whole number 13 over 12. But still 13 over 12 is an improper fraction. So we are going to use the division to get the answer in mixed number, and it comes out as 1 whole number 1 over 12. So our end answer is 4 whole number 1 over 12. Question 8, we have to add, and in part A we have 1 whole number 3 over 4 plus 2 whole number 3 over 4. So there are 3 complete circle as 1 plus 2 is 3. And here the denominator is same for the fractions, so we are simply going to add the numerators, which is 3 plus 3, and it comes out as 6. So we have 6 over 4. But 6 over 4 is an improper fraction. So what we did here is we first converted this whole number into an improper fraction, which is 3 whole number 3 over 2, as we have further reduced 6 over 4 into 3 over 2 by dividing it by 2. So we now have 3 whole number 3 over 2, and when we convert it into an improper fraction, it becomes 2 into the raised 6 plus 3 is 9 over 2. Now if we divide 9 by 2, we will get 4 whole number 1 over 2, and this is our answer. In part B, we have 1 whole number 5 over 6 plus 3 whole number 7 over 12. Here we first converted the denominator with the same values. So we have multiplied 5 and divide 5 over 6 by 2. So it becomes 10 over 12. Now we have a same denominator, and by adding the whole number first we have 4, and by adding 10 over 12 and 7 over 12 we have 17 over 12. So again we have changed this mixed number into an improper fraction by multiplying 12 by 4 and then adding 17 in it. So we have 65 divided by 12, and when we divide 65 by 12 we have an answer 5 whole number 5 over 12, which is our answer. In part C, we have 2 whole number 1 over 4, and we have to add it in 2 whole number 5 over 6. Here we first have converted this mixed number into an improper fraction, and we have 4 into 2 is 8 plus 1 9 over 4, and 6 into 2 is 12 plus 5 is equals to 17 over 6. So we have two improper fractions now, and now we have taken an LCM of the denominators to get the resultant denominator, and it comes out as 12. Because 2 into 2 is 4 and 2 into 3 is 6, and on further solving we have 2 into 1 is 2 and 3 into 1 is 3. So we have 2 into 2 is 4 into 3 is 12, such as our denominator value. And 4 into 3 is 12, so 9 is going to be multiplied by 3 as per the rule. Then we have an addition sign, and then 17 is going to be multiplied by 2 because 6 into 2 is 12. So for the solving, we have 3 into 9 is 27, and 17 into 2 is 34, and they are going to add up with each other, and in denominator we have 12, so we have 61 over 12 as our answer, but it is an improper fraction, so we are going to divide 61 by 12, and we have 1 as a remainder, and so our answer is 5 whole number 1 over 12. In part D, we have 3 whole number 3 over 4, and it's going to be added up in 2 whole number 4 over 5. Again, first we have converted these values into an improper fraction, and they come out as 4 into 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15 over 4, plus 5 into 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14 over 5. Now, in order to get the same denominator, we are going to take the LCM of the denominators, which are 4 and 5, and our denominator comes out as 20. So we are going to multiply 15 by 5 and 14 by 4, because 4 into 5 is 20 and 5 into 4 is 20. So 15 into 5 is 75, and 14 into 4 is 56, and we have 131 over 20 as an answer. And on further solving, we have 20 into 6 is 120, and 11 is a remainder, so our answer is 6 whole number 11 over 20. Here comes the last part, which is a practice question. And in question number 1, we have to add and express each mixed number in its simplest form. So starting with part A, we have 1 whole number 4 over 9 plus 1 whole number 2 over 9. Here the denominator is same in both the fractions, so simply we first add up the whole numbers, 1 plus 1, which becomes 2, and 4 plus 2 is 6 in the numerator and 9 in the denominator. We can further reduce the 6 over 9 by dividing it by 3, so we have 2 whole number 2 over 3. In part B, we have 2 whole number 1 over 2, and we have to add it in 5 whole number 1 over 4. Here we need to convert 1 over 2 to make the denominator same. So we are going to multiply and divide this entity by 2. So we have 2 whole number 2 over 4 plus 5 whole number 1 over 4. Again, first we are going to add the whole numbers. So we have 2 plus 5 is equals to 7. And then in the numerator we have 2 plus 1, 3. And in denominator we have 4. So 7 whole number 3 over 4 is our answer. In part C, we have 2 whole number 3 over 4 plus 3 whole number 1 over 6. Again, we are going to make the denominator same first. So for that purpose, we are going to multiply and divide 3 over 4 by 6. And we have 2 whole number 18 over 24. And for the other fraction, which is 1 over 6, we are going to multiply and divide it by 4. So we have 3 whole number 4 over 24. Again, first we add up the whole numbers. 2 plus 3 is equals to 5, and 18 plus 4 is equals to 22 divided by 24. Further reducing 22 and 24 by dividing it by 2, we have 5 whole number 11 over 2 as an answer. Now in part D, we have 3 whole number 1 over 2 plus 2 whole number 4 over 5. Here we have first converted the mixed number into an improper fraction. So we have 7 over 2, because 2 into 3 is 6 plus 1, 7 over 2, plus 5 into 2 is 10 plus 4 is 14 over 5. Now we need to take the LCM to get the single denominator. So 2 and 5 are going to be taken as an LCM, and we have 10 as an answer. So 10 comes in the denominator, and 2 into 5 is 10, so 7 is going to be multiplied by 5, and 5 into 2 is 10, so 14 is going to be multiplied by 2. So we have 35 plus 28 divided by 10, which is 63 over 10. Again, it's an improper fraction, so we are going to convert it into a mixed number by the help of a division. So we have 10 into 6 is 60 and 3 as a remainder. So we have 6 whole number 3 over 10 as an answer. In question 2, City ran one whole number 7 over 10 kilometers and walked 3 kilometers. What was the total distance she covered? It's very simple. Here we have 3 as a whole number and 1 as a whole number, so we add them up and we have 4. So we have 4 whole numbers 7 over 10. We can also solve this by method 2, in which we first converted the mixed number, which is 1 whole number 7 over 10, into an improper fraction, which is 17 over 10, and then by taking an LCM, we have 10 into 1 is 10, so 17 is going to multiply by 1, and it remains as it is. So, and 1 into 10 is 10, so 3 is going to be multiplied by 10. So we have 17 plus 30 divided by 10, which is 47 over 10. And if we divide 47 by 10, we have 10 into 4 is 40, and we have 7 in remainder. So we have 4 whole number. 7 over 10 is an answer, which is the same as we have concluded with the method 1. So here comes an end of this video. Do like and subscribe my channel and keep watching as we are coming up with the other lessons as well. Thank you.